before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. I'm going to try to make this short, possibly under 10 minutes, possibly even shorter than that. Just coming to you, letting you know that I did get my results from the Supplemental Targeted Advance for the EIDL. Or I should say, here's an update. And I'm going to show you in a minute. Just to let you know, the Supplemental Targeted Advance is in addition to the regular Targeted EIDL Advance or the Targeted EIDL Grant. The regular Targeted EIDL Grant is for low income, 30% in reduction in income between 2019 and 2020, and it's for employees under 300. Well, if you haven't less than 300 employees or less. All right, so that's the Targeted EIDL Advance, and that's for $10,000. And it's mainly for right now. I believe it's still for people who applied last year and they didn't get the full 10,000 because they changed it to $1,000 per employee opposed to just $10,000 for the business itself. So I got approved for that. I did a video, and you can go back and see the videos about that. Just go to my playlist and you'll see the EIDL playlist, and it shows that I've been approved and I received the $9,000 for the Targeted EIDL Advance, which is the balance of the $10,000 from last year, because I only got $1,000 last year. All right. So then recently they updated with the Supplemental Targeted Advance, and that's for people who were approved for the Targeted EIDL Advance, because they're going off the same information. And if you look at my video before this, I actually did a walkthrough of how to apply for the Supplemental Targeted Advance, and all you have to really do is click a button and it'll automatically go through, and it'll show you that it'll inform you that they're using the same exact information from the EIDL Advance. Now here's the thing. The thing is, what they're looking for the Supplemental Targeted Advance is 10 employees or less, and you need a 50% reduction in income between 2019 and 2020. So that's the difference. It's 10 employees or less, and you have to have a 50% reduction in income. All right. And so I went ahead, I applied for it, I clicked the button, sent it through, and then what happens is they'll send you another email, which you had to go back in. You have to click the submit button. And once you click the submit button, it'll show you that it's submitted. Same thing with the regular Targeted EIDL Advance. You can't just go in and apply and that's it. You have to wait till you get the confirmation email. Then you have to go back into the portal and click the submit button. Once you click that submit button, it'll show you that it's submitted, and that lets you know that your application is actually submitted. Okay. But remember, the Targeted EIDL Advance is for low income, 300 employees or less, and 25% reduction in income. Well, no, 30% reduction in income. The Supplemental Targeted Advance is low income, 10 employees or less, and 50% reduction in income. That's the difference. And also the difference is, the main difference is that what people notice is the supplemental targeted advance is $5,000. All right. And so it tells you right here, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it tells you right here the different, well, what's the difference and all that stuff. So the EIDL is no longer available right now. Actually, it kind of still is. They're still doing, they're still going through it. They're catching up with the target, with the EIDL. Well, the EIDL advance is no longer available. The targeted EIDL advance, what they're using now. The targeted, I told you, was low income. The EIDL advance was just businesses get $10,000. That was it. The targeted is low income, 300 or less, 300 employees or less, and 30% reduction in income. The supplemental is 10 employees or less, low income, 50% reduction in income. All right. And the supplemental is $5,000. The targeted EIDL is $10,000. The regular EIDL was $10,000 as well, but they changed it to $1,000 per employee. But anyway, I'm done talking about that. So let's go into my portal, and I'll show you what happened. All right. They're going to send you a code to your email address. Now, sometimes it takes a minute for you to get the code, so give me a few. So here we are in the portal. You can see the EIDL advance, the $1,000 from last year, 2020. And it was $1,000 per employee when it was supposed to have been $10,000. I was funded that. That was back in May of 2020. April of this year, 2021, I got approved and funded for the targeted EIDL advance of $5,000. I'm sorry, the target EIDL advance of $9,000. I was approved and funded for that. And for you guys who always ask this, I get this question a lot. The targeted EIDL advance, after I was approved, I noticed I was approved like on a Sunday night. I was funded by that Wednesday. So I saw it Sunday night, and by Wednesday night or maybe even Thursday morning, somewhere during Wednesday, I noticed that the deposit was in my bank account. So I would say it took about 2 to 3 business days for it to be deposited. And as you see here, I applied for this either Friday or Saturday. This past Friday or Saturday. Today is May 18th. So Friday or Saturday, whatever day that was, I applied for this. I did a video about it. And you will see the video in my playlist for the EIDL advance. Well, the EIDL playlist, you will see it. And you will see that I applied for this. And it was real simple. Just watch the video. You'll see how simple it is. And I was approved. I noticed I was approved last night. So the night of May 17th, I noticed that I was approved. I don't have the funds yet. It doesn't say funded, but I was approved. So I don't know when I was approved. I just checked last night, but I'm going to assume I should have it deposited. If I'm going by the same time frame, today is the 18th, which is Tuesday, I should see it in my bank account by Friday. I don't know if I'm just going by that same time frame from last time when I got the targeted advance funded. So if I'm going by that same time frame, I should see the deposit in my account by Friday evening, Friday night. At the latest, I should see it by Monday. If I'm going by that same 2 to 3 business day time frame. So again, I got approved. It's not funded yet, but it's approved. I've been hearing stories about there being approved and it's not being funded. I still have not yet to have that problem with either this or the PPP, but it could happen. It could. I could be approved and not be funded for a month. It happened to a lot of people. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I will update once the funds are deposited into my account. But this is just an update letting you know that I was approved for the supplemental targeted advance. Again, it's going by the information on your targeted EIDL advance. that you submitted before, because that's the only way you can get invited for the supplemental target advance. And I want to thank someone. Well, I want to thank quite a few people on my EIDL supplemental advance, or my EIDL advance and loan phone call video. Quite a few of you was letting me know that I will get the email soon, and that the application is actually fairly simple because it's going off of the information from the targeted EIDL advance. You didn't tell me exactly how it worked, but you said it was the same information. And so I want to thank you guys for letting me know that, because I knew what to expect when I saw the email. And I also knew to expect to see the email sometime pretty soon. And right after I posted the call video, the email came like 2 to 3 days later. So I want to thank you guys for letting me know what's going on. You guys are great. Every one of my subscribers and everyone that watch my videos, you guys are great. I appreciate you guys for keeping me informed and staying up to date and letting me inform you and listening to what I have to say and following some of the things I have to say. I appreciate it. You guys are great. But again, this is just an update on the supplemental targeted advance. You see, I was approved for $5,000. You see, I've already was funded for the targeted EIDL advance of $9,000 and for the EIDL advance of $1,000. They're giving this money away, people. The applications are pretty simple. All you have to do is follow the guidelines. That's it. Or you have to fit the criteria they're asking for. You have to fit you can't make yourself fit it. You don't want to make yourself fit it, because then now you're asking for problems. And with the SBA, when you're going directly through the SBA, they're actually more thorough. So you don't want to get caught up in that, because now you're trying to fraud the government. You're trying to fraud the government either way, whether it's PPP or the EIDL. But the EIDL, they're a little more strict, because they're doing it themselves and they're going deep. They're digging deep, and they're using the information directly from your tax return. With the PPP, they're not going that deep. But you don't want to fraud either one of these, because once they find out, even if you get past the little checks, they're going to find out, because they're going to want to know information going forward. If you can't supply or provide that information, it's going to come back on you. And I'm going to mention this like I mentioned in the last video I just did about the PPP. If you don't get any PPP funds, or you do not get any EIDL funds, that's not it. That's not the end. It's not over. Get your credit together. Get your personal situation together with your credit. And that way you can go into business credit as well. But you get your personal credit. You don't even really need business credit if your personal credit is straight. But the business credit is a lot more lenient, and it gives a heck of a lot more wiggle room than personal credit. So you get your personal credit together, and you can lean into business credit. Some people might say you don't want to use your personal credit to get your business credit started. That's the easiest way of your personal credits together, because you got your personal credits together. You can just guarantee the credit on the business side. And if you can guarantee the credit on the business side, they're going to give it to you. And a lot of times you can't even get business credit without your personal credit. There are a lot of credit cards that they won't approve you for if your personal credit is not good. So if your personal credit, if you got at least a 680, in personal credit, you can fund your business credit. If you got at least a 680 on your personal credit, you can do a lot of things. Of course, 700 and 715 and 720 is a lot better, of course. Because they're not going to ask too many questions. They're not going to ask a lot of questions with 680 either. But they're definitely not going to ask a lot of questions with 720 or higher. They're definitely. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. So I know they're going to ask fewer questions as your credit get higher. I was at the 785 range. They didn't ask me any questions. I just signed a paper. Boom. I was good. Now I'm in the mid to high 600s. I'm going to get back into my 700s. But they ask a few questions, not many. So get your personal credit together. Get your credit together. Get your personals together. Get your financial situation together. And that way you won't have to be depending on the government funds. You don't have to worry about trying to fraud the government. You can just sign some paperwork. Usually 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of paper if it's a card loan or if it's a mortgage, I mean, we're talking about you're going to be sitting there for a few hours, but even still, if your personal credit together, it's going to be a breeze. It's not going to, you're going to be happy to sign those pieces of paper. Go, man, oh, I'm getting $200,000. Oh, wow, I'm getting $40,000. I just did it. Well, I didn't upload the video yet. I'm not going to upload it yet, but I just got approved. Well, not approved. Let me say it right. I just got pre-qualified with Capital One for a $63,000 auto loan because I got my personal stuff together. That has nothing to do with government funds. That has nothing to do with the EIDL. That has nothing to do with PPP. Nothing to do with that. I got my stuff together and I went and qualified through Capital One for a $63,000 auto loan. I did that. Has nothing to do with these programs. So if you get your personal stuff together, you get your credit together, get your financing in order, you can qualify for all types of money. $25,000 credit cards, $30,000 credit cards, $15,000 credit cards. You might say it's not free money. Well, if you're lying on your information, trust me, the government money ain't free either. It's going to come with some stipulation that you might not like. So get your stuff together. Don't worry too much about this. If you don't qualify, then you don't qualify. You can qualify for funding that don't even require all that information. Credit card, it goes by what you say, what you state. If you say you make $50,000 and your credit is good, guess what? They're going to assume you make $50,000. They're going to run that stuff through and you're going to get a $25,000 credit card. No strings attached. No jail time. No fines. Unless you're late paying, then it's only $29. Do you want to pay a $29 late fee or do you want to pay a $500 fine for lying? Plus paying the money back. It's yours to worry about. That's your choice. But again, get your personal stuff together. That way, this won't be such a big deal. Just because I got it, just because a few other people got it, that doesn't mean anything to you, because if you can't qualify for it, does it really matter? Take what I'm saying and utilize it and say, okay, look, my personal stuff not together. Let me get my personal stuff together so I can qualify for a $63,000 auto loan. I can qualify for a $25,000 credit card. I can qualify for or I can be approved for a $25,000 line of credit. I could be approved for a $20,000 loan. All of this stuff off of your personal information because you got your credit together. I can qualify for a $50,000 business credit card and get my business off the ground and start my own business credit. Or I should say, start my credit for my business so my business can have its own credit and I have my personal credit. So again, I did get approved for the supplemental targeted advance. I did get approved for the targeted EIDL advance, and I got approved for the EIDL advance. Again, this is just me. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you how to do it. I'm trying to show you what can happen. But I'm also letting you know that this is in addition to. This is for my business. My business paperwork and everything is in order. The government have my information, so they know that my business is in order. That's why they're approving me so quickly. All of my information matches up to where it needs to be. If my Schedule C says a certain thing, the government has my Schedule C. They've been having my Schedule C for the last few years now. We're talking about 6 or so years, at least. For my current business, for at least 2.5 years. And that's what I'm getting approved on. I'm getting approved on my current business. For 2.5 years, I've been filing taxes. For 2.5 years, they know what's going on. I just finished my taxes yesterday. For 2020, I did my taxes. Under my Schedule C. Under my business. So all of my information is in the system. So it doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. Everything is there. I'm not lying about anything, and you shouldn't either, because you don't want to. You don't want that kind of trouble coming your way. So again, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. Subscribe to It's a Wasty. Check out the links in the description, especially if you're trying to get your credit together. Check out that credit monitoring link if you want to learn how to get properties for $500 to $1,000 a property. You know, like I just did. I got 5 properties for $5,000. Check out that Be Free link. Okay. And also, if you want to get cash back like I do, I got well over $1,000 in cash back. Check out the cash back links in the description. So check out the links in the description. Credit monitoring, Be Free, cash back. And as always, until the next video, everybody, let's get this money.